Hello guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. The king of the demons, Antares, was able to grant the first cash to Goku. So Goku in Super Saiyan Phase 2 would begin to exchange multiple blows, which on this occasion Sung was not able to see absolutely anything, since the difference in powers was overwhelming. That's right, the simple pressure was not able to make Sung move freely, so the statue instantly would throw a powerful energy attack from his eyes. But Goku, like a flash, was able to move in front of Sung. I won't allow anyone to get hurt in this world. I wasn't able to protect my multiverse, so in this world I intend to be the protector. Goku, with only one of his hands, was able to deflect the great power. Goku, with a great determination, would stare at Sung. I don't want you to get hurt, but I don't want you to worry about me. I'm capable of ending these wretches, but I can't fight if I have to protect you. No, Goku, I can defend myself. Fight with total freedom. I assure you that nothing will happen to me. No, Sung, you better get out of this place. Goku, by raising his power a little, was able to open a portal in a very distant place from that dungeon, so with a slight attack of compressed air, he was able to get Sung to enter the portal, which would close quickly. Now, if I could fight with all my power, without anyone getting hurt, these will be some excellent workouts to be able to push my body to the limit. Don't think I'm easy to deal with. It was better that between the two of you fight against me, since you won't be able to do anything against me. I agree with you. Now, with the power I possess, I won't be able to do anything against you. But what do you think about this power here? Goku would change his hair color to a red one, but not only the color of his hair changed, as the pressure emanating from all over the place was amazing. So much so that Antares was forced to prostrate one knee so as not to fall completely to the ground. Damn it, what is that pressure? Not even the other kings possess this pressure. Who the hell is this warrior? What's going on? Are you not able to stand up with that simple pressure? And this is not all, since I still have 2 more transformations. Apparently, I have to use all my power. After hundreds of years, a worthy opponent has arrived. Antares would begin to expel all his power, with which he released little after level, to much more of an astonishment to try to intimidate his opponent a little. However, all that power was nothing compared to the power that Archon, the destroyer of the Son Goku multiverse, released, since that if he was a powerful warrior capable of even intimidating warriors at the level of a king completely. I have to be able to become much more powerful. In this place, there are no powerful warriors to whom I'm able to become more powerful. Goku would be taken out of his thoughts instantly because in front of him, a gigantic explosion was generated, which even made the whole outside rumble. So the hero's headquarters was put on alert, calling one of the most powerful heroines, and above all, she was able to finish off S-rank monsters despite being a woman. Apparently a damn monster of S-rank, or even an S-rank advanced, has appeared. I, as one of the most powerful women in the HQ, I have to be able to annihilate it. That beautiful woman would begin to enlist everything to go in search of that dungeon, which even her power was capable of being felt to the outside. Meanwhile, Sung was very worried because in the same way he had felt all that incredible trembling. Damn it, even if Goku's very powerful, he won't be able to beat that warrior. His power is on another level. But was surprised when on the horizon a big explosion would be created, although it was really the body of Antares, which due to the big explosion by Goku had created a big crater all over the place. That explosion caught the attention of all the other heroes, who went to the place just like Sung, but to their surprise they were able to observe a warrior standing up after that big blow. This is amazing! That guy must not be an S rank, since even an S rank would have been exterminated by that explosion. I agree with you. That stamina possessed by the warrior is amazing. But who was the monster that sent this warrior flying with such power? Instantly in front of everyone, a reddish-haired warrior stood in front of everyone, which Sung would immediately recognize since Goku had that transformation to confront him. So, you really held back in our combat, since that guy's power surpasses me by 100 times, and you, with your transformation, are able to cope with it. This is impossible. As the wretch of Sung, he was able to ally with himself someone as powerful as he is. If the system continues on his side, he'll be a danger even for the monarchs. No, damn it. Well, I'm the king of demons, one of the most dangerous monarchs. This can't be happening to me against a simple human. Apparently you understand nothing. You've never had a chance against me, because your power's pathetic compared to all my power. Antares, with a great anger, would throw himself against Son Goku, who began to exchange multiple blows. But despite using all his power, he wasn't able to grant him any exchange of blows. On the part of the heroes, they were able to not see anything happen. Even the most powerful hero was able to see a few flashes, but he wouldn't be able to withstand any single blow from either subject. I can't believe the power these two warriors emanate. I feel like their simple pressure is capable of crushing us. That's right, while the battle was getting longer, the colliding pressures of both subjects increased, which, even for the heroes, it was difficult to stand, let alone the normal inhabitants. Goku had realized this, so with a big blow, he was able to send Antares flying several meters, being dragged, and at the moment, he would stretch out both hands, creating a powerful energy field, being able to warriors all over the people who had no difficulty in observing that great combat. Goku's my partner, and yet I'm not able to assimilate the power he possesses. How much power is he hiding? Who was the warrior who was able to destroy his entire multiverse? Antares, I think it's your name. I've already got bored of playing with you. I've tried to master and assimilate the power of a Saiyan God completely, but you're no help. Damn worm. You mean to tell me that you only have been using me? I won't allow you to mock a monarch of the underworld, you worm! Antares would begin to collect too much energy in his whole body, with which even the extortions all over the place were created. But from Goku's point of view, the power that the warrior was not able to be enough to help him raise much more power. So Goku, at an incredible speed, was able to be a few centimeters away, and as if he were a wild animal, his hand would enter Antares' body, so he would take out his heart. Antares' power would get out of control. It was a terrible decision, human. With my uncontrolled energy, I'll cause a huge explosion of all my power. And no one will be able to survive to 100 kilometers. These present who heard that saying by the monster began to flee uncontrollably. However, the Guild of Heroes was still in the same place. If that's what he said is true, even if we use the high-speed airplanes, we would never be able to get away so fast from this explosion. Even the crashed slingshot would be able to shoot us down. But everyone was surprised when they heard the laughter of that warrior. Oh, don't make me laugh. Only 100 kilometers? I thought you'd be able to destroy this whole planet. You're giving me to understand that you're able to withstand that explosion. You're a liar. No one's able to withstand an explosion from a monarch. That happens because they don't know me yet. But I'm able to withstand this explosion. He even has much more powerful explosions. You have great guts to be on the verge of death. And I'm sure you won't be able to withstand my explosion. Sir, what do you think's going to happen? Will we try to run away, or will we stay in this place? Just as you said. If we run away, no matter how fast we do it, we'll be overtaken one way or another. But the attitude of the warrior amazes me. The power of Antares would rise suddenly, and at the moment a gigantic explosion would be present all over the place. That big explosion was reaching all the other heroes, but Goku, with just stretching out one of his hands, was able to evaporate everything around him, which left all the other heroes surprised, even Sung. If I hadn't seen this with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. A warrior who's able to possess all this power. It's amazing. That great explosion would last for about 2 minutes, in which no warrior could be observed. But among all the flames of that explosion, he was able to visualize a victorious warrior with several of his clothes torn. Ugh, but I did raise the dust of that useless good-for-nothing. I'll have to use another of my suits. Luckily, Daishinkan left me several of the same. The heroes at the moment of approaching Goku weren't able to see anything, since Goku at an amazing speed would disappear from the place along with Sung, who, when they arrived a slightly quieter place, began to talk. Hey, I thought we were friends. Why'd you hold back when you fought me? I'm sorry, but I thought you'd be more powerful, and I didn't want to be caught off guard. I'm really sorry. Yeah, that hurt. But I promise I'll become very powerful to be able to give you a good battle, and even help beat that guy who destroyed your multiverse.
Speaking of which, I think I'll leave several weeks or even months since I have to become much more powerful. I have to be able to end that guy.
Sure thing, Goku. I understand your point of view, but remember that you'll always be welcome in my home. And where are you planning to go?
As far as I was able to realize in this place, there are also more planets, so I plan to exploit this whole universe in search of warriors of great powers. I have to be prepared.
I understand, Goku. Hope you're going to do well in your new training. And I'll be waiting for you when you come back for another combat.
Of course! Then I'm leaving. Take care of yourself.
Goku with his great speed would leave the place, traveling all over the universe in search of a warrior powerful enough to help him increase his power. Meanwhile, in the multiverse that was once of Mikoshin, one could observe Archon, who was very thoughtful on the throne of the Queen of the Whole. Where the hell did that saying go? I don't have to leave him alive since even one of those who reach the fusion is a Saiyan, and I know that the level they're capable of is reaching as long as they have their revenge. Archon would immediately be taken out of his thoughts from a powerful attack, which had been thrown from his blind spot. However, Archon, possessing the reflections of 6 super gods, was able to dodge it at the last moment. Who are you? Do you want to die? Don't you know who I am?
We're the most powerful warriors of the 2 most powerful multiverse.
We understand that you'll be able to destroy 2 multiverses, take down their rulers, so we've been given the mission to get your head. I appreciate the information. I didn't know there were more multiverses, and above all, that they were the most powerful. It'll be ideal to destroy them completely.
Don't say stupid things. Today will be the day of your death, so you won't be able to do anything against us.
I want them to prove that to me, because every warrior who's prostrated himself before me has told me the same thing, and they haven't been able to defeat me. We're the unbeatable duo of the 5 multiverses. Even among the kings at all, we were respected, since no being was able to face us when we fought together. Frank and Okama lunged at Archon both at the same time, but to the surprise of both of them, Archon with one of his hands was able to hold Frank's fist, and with his tail he was able to grab Okama by the neck. And with great power, he was able to make them crash to the ground, causing a huge explosion. I can see that they have incredible power, but being a duo which has never had too many battles, they don't know how to fight. For that reason, they'll die.
Damn it! How's he able to read our every move?
Heavenly Destroyer! An incredible pressure in the form of a dragon was heading towards Archon, but Archon, with raising his aura to the maximum, was able to pulverize that fire attack in the form of a dragon, which would leave both gods surprised. He was able to disintegrate my powerful Heavenly Destroyer attack. I'm really facing a monster.
I agree with you, mate. Your attack was the necessary power to destroy one multiverse in its entirety, and this warrior's been able to disintegrate it without any difficulty.
I hope that's not all his power, because this time I want to have a lot more fun than last time. I have time without stretching my muscles completely. The 3 warriors began to exchange blows. At the beginning of the battle, Archon was being overcome, reaching several blows, which would cause him great pain. The duo, with a great blow, was able to send Archon to fly to a planet, destroying it completely. Archon would recover from the blow in one of the asteroids that were in outer space. Ugh, the hits of those 2 hurt too much. I really have to use the Spirit Devourer. Archon over the place would spread a great dark power, without his enemies noticing, which even began to rob them of their energy little by little. But being minimal, they didn't want to notice immediately. Archon, the more the battle went on, began to take the advantage, being able to grant critical blows to both warriors, which even felt like their power decreased. Damn, my power is at 65% of my full capacity. I don't know what's going on, and in every exchange of blows I feel his pressure increase.
Damn, my power has decided to 54%. I feel like a strange energy devours my whole essence completely.
After you all die, it'll not matter anymore that I hide them from you. However confident, you will die, as I've been able to activate my spiritual rapture technique. Damn, for that reason our powers have started to decrease considerably. A great attack was able to evaporate all the negative energy, but it was already too late, since Archon, as if it were a lightning bolt, would prostrate himself in front of both gods, connecting them with hundreds of blows which didn't cause great damage superficially, but inside his body the energy veins were completely destroyed. It's
time to finish with the two good-for-nothing bastards. But don't worry, because very soon I'll send your rulers to keep you company.
Archon would throw a powerful attack against both warriors, which, with all the power they had left, responded equally to that great attack. But the difference in powers were overwhelming, since Archon's attack would quickly take the advantage against the duo of the gods, which, upon receiving such a powerful attack, were completely disintegrated, but Archon would still fall to the ground vomiting large amounts of blood.
Ugh! The power I absorbed in this battle was too much. I feel like my body's reached its limit. The power of these worms were really great.
Archon would leave to one of the rooms of the palace, in which he would begin to meditate to control all the power he had stolen, trying to assimilate it with his own power while both rulers of the whole had observed everything that happened. Both kings of the whole were very thoughtful, since that warrior was able to defeat the destructive duo, which had never known defeat.
This is bad. The power of our warriors was almost compared to our power, and if both of them fought together, they were able to put us in big trouble.
I agree with you. That guy's power seems to not be fall on the levels of the laws of power, since he's able to overcome his power if he were able to do something simple.
We'll have to look for reinforcements or win, because if you and I face that guy, we'll be eliminated just as Mikoshin and Zeno have died at his hands.
Meanwhile, in the infinite space of another multiverse, Goku continued with his exhaustive search to be able to find the powerful warrior, being in vain since he wasn't able to find any warrior capable of withstanding a single one of his blows to his maximum power. So Goku would arrive at the planet. If I'm not able to find a powerful warrior, I won't be able to become more powerful, and I have to avenge my multiverse. But all over that space, the silhouette of the great priest Daishinkan would form.
Mr. Goku, I knew that a moment like this would come, so I have left a little of my essence to be able to give you the following indications.
But Daishinkan, how's it possible you're in this multiverse? You gave your life for me. I can't forgive myself.
Don't worry, Mr. Goku. I'm sure you'll be able to make us come back. But this is the only divine essence, so I don't have that much time.
Daishinkan-sama, my powers become stagnant. I can't find any powerful beings to help me increase my power.
Mr. Goku, I've given him the divine knowledge, every secret, every rumor, absolutely everything about how you can break each of your limiters, so you don't need any training partner.
Are you sure about what you're telling me, Daishinkan? We Saiyans need battles to the death to be able to increase our powers more effectively.
Mr. Goku, you're our only hope. I wouldn't lie to you, but from now on, it's a matter of how you use the knowledge I've granted you to surpass your limits.
Daishinkan's essence would vanish all over that universe in a great golden light, and instantly hundreds of golden particles quickly spread all over the place, entering Goku's body, so he had even received a small part of the priest's power. I swear I'll bring them back to life one more time. Those renegade gods will repent. I'll give them a punishment worse than death. Goku was able to enter the deepest part of his mind, so he was able to realize all the knowledge that the great priest had granted him. That's right, Goku was able to discover every secret, so that the Saiyan race is able to rise to the top of all the other warriors. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, Sung, in the same way, would continue with his great training and finishing with bosses of multiple dungeons, to be able to overcome his limits and grant a great battle to Son Goku.
I have to become much stronger. I need that elixir to help my father, and I also need an amazing power to fight on par with Goku.
Instantly in front of Sung, a key would appear, hinting that it was the mission of a powerful dungeon, as were there the dungeons were hidden from all the other warriors, and only those chosen by the system were able to have access.
This dungeon must possess a very powerful boss, but I have to learn to defeat even death, and punish my body to be hit to the limit.
Sung would enter the dungeon, so at the moment, several soldiers appeared, but the hardness of their armor was of another level, so Sung would have a hard time beating these warriors despite having a much more resistant physique, but with a little difficulty he was able to beat each one of them.
Ugh, if those were the simple soldiers, I can't believe the power the boss must have, but I have faith that I can defeat him.
Sung would enter, so at the moment of entering, a large throne could be observed, and at the moment a powerful warrior, which even his name was in red. That's right, Sung had in front of him the powerful commander Igris. So Sung, without thinking twice, had launched himself against him, but the difference of powers was abysmal, since the commander was able to grant him several effective blows, while Sung wasn't able to do anything. I'm sure that my physical strength must have increased exponentially, so I plan to use my fist to finish off this warrior. But the commander, being honorable, would still leave all his weapons, so he'd planned to finish it with his simple hands. Don't underestimate me. Sung was about to pounce. He was surprised by a powerful blow to his stomach, which had caused him incredible pain. Sung, he would recover from the blow hardly, while Igris would stare at him. This wretch has an amazing power. If I get more goals with that power, then I'll surely die. I'll have to be able to beat him in the next few minutes. Sung would be taken out of his thoughts because the commander would begin to bring Sung down. With hundreds of blows, which Sung this time wasn't able to do anything, Sung would be thrown with a great blow to the throne that was in the place. Will this be the end of me? I want to be able to save my mother. Can't I have a rematch with my friend Goku? No, I'm not allowed to lose. The commander would brandish his sword, so he would try to end Sung's life. However, Sung with great armor was able to resist that powerful sword, and at the moment, Sung with great anger was able to summon his dagger. So at the moment, he was able to stick half of his dagger in the face of Igris, and Sung, without stopping, lashed out, making him able to collide with the wall of the place. While Igris was trying to defend himself, it'd be impossible for him, since he had underestimated his enemy. Sung, as if he were a beast, would lash out several times against Commander Igris. So far, he stopped moving completely, and Sung's power would begin to grow in a precipitous way. That's right, his reward for finishing with Commander Igris had been amazing. He had even received the Necromancer god ability, being able to summon an army of undead. Sung would approach Igris, but when he was about to resurrect him, several warriors appeared, so they started attacking Sung. Right now I can't fight with freedom. My tiredness is reaching the max. I'll have to use Teleportation Stone. Sung, when trying to use the Teleportation Stone, had received a blow, so he'd be thrown to the ground, but the instant he was about to be sliced into two, the system itself would teleport him to the punishment zone, not fulfilling his daily mission. For the first time, I'm grateful to be sent to the punishment zone. Several giant centipedes began to attack him, but for Sung, this wasn't anything, because his power had grown in an incredible way. So a few simple centipedes weren't able to achieve anything against him, and after 4 hours that Sung's punishment lasted, he'd return, being able to realize as the warriors had no life. That's right, they were summoned by magicians, so Sung would quickly begin to finish with each of the magicians. Meanwhile, outside the Heroes Guild, they found it very thoughtful, knowing that such a powerful warrior was loose on the planet.
We shouldn't worry about him, since that warrior's been able to save us, and that speaks well for him.
I know, my lord, but we can't be so sure that it always be like this. I'm sure that warrior's capable of beating thousands of S-rank bosses without any effort.
I'm sure that warrior's the one who accompanied with Sung. I can't be wrong, since his appearance was only identical, with the color of his hair being different.
All this would go through Wu's mind, going back to Sung. This one had been able to wipe out all the mages, so he would approach all the fallen warriors. I'll try my new acquainted power. Resurrection! Serve me and follow me! All the warriors would stand up, making a bow towards their king. That's right, at this moment Sung was considered the king of necromancers, so he'd approach towards Commander Igris. If I can resurrect Igris, that'd be great help for the great battle that's coming all over this place, since the war against that warrior is very dangerous. Sung would try to bring Igris to life, failing the first two occasions. However, in the third attempt, he was able to bring to life the powerful Commander Igris, who would be in charge of leading all the troops of Sung. We're ready. I'm waiting for the day to face you again, Goku. Meanwhile, Goku had been meditating for about 3 months, in which his power had risen in a great way. However, at the moment of opening his eyes, a gigantic power would be perceived by the entire multiverse. Even the power would be so great that he'd been able to break the barriers between multiverses. So both kings were able to feel that very powerful essence, except for Archon, who was receiving each of his wounds in a special room.
That power could be felt. It's gigantic power. Where's it located?
Apparently, it's the multiverse, which never received a ruler because the power level was too weak, and no one wanted to take over. We have to go immediately, because that warrior, he may possess the power we need to face this miserable guy. Both rulers began to move to that multiverse. However, the closer they got, the pressure was much stronger, so that several of their bones were completely destroyed due to the simple pressure that Goku's power generated. Who's that? I feel his power is capable of destroying several of my bones, and that shouldn't be possible. I'm the ruler of the whole. Apparently, the warrior we're going to possesses a vast power, with which he is capable of making us even the most powerful rulers tremble. When they arrived, however, they were able to observe how a warrior expelled an amazing power. However, he didn't cause any disaster around the place, which left both rulers amazed. This is amazing. He's able to master Absolute Control Zero, a technique that's only able to make the pressure drop on similar beings of the similar level of his. For that reason, this pathetic multiverse doesn't suffer any damage. Goku was able to channel all his power, but his body needed an evolution. So Goku was able to access his most primitive form of the Ozarus. That's right, but Goku, having all the required knowledge, had been able to adapt to the form of Super Saiyan 4 so as not to have to transform into an Ozaru completely. And at the moment of completing his transformation, the powerful warrior could be observed with a silver fur all over his body, which made him look like an angelic being. Goku, at the moment of a quick movement, was able to bow down beneath both gods, making him a much bigger pressure drop, which on this occasion was able to make them kiss the ground. Dang it, what's going on? Was it the power he was releasing all his power? I can't believe the power this warrior possesses. Who are you guys? I can see that they have the power of a king running through their veins. Do they want to conquer this multiverse? Of course not. We're looking for allies to be able to take down that guy who was able to take down two complete multiverses, Mikoshin and Xenos, although you may not recognize the names not having left your multiverse. The power of Goku on this occasion would shoot up in an incredible way. That's right, the power that Goku had released was even able to shake the entire planet Earth. From the planet, one could observe in space a gigantic Ozaru of an imposing silver color. Goku's power has risen in a great way. Even though he's trained with a lot of enthusiasm, I doubt I'll be able to cope with that gigantic power. My lord, a giant monkey's formed all over the sky of planet Earth, while a great pressure begins to fall on the entire planet Earth. In outer space, Goku's powers seem to have no limits. That's right, Goku remembered how all his friends in multiverse were destroyed by Archon, and when he found out that he had already been destroyed in another multiverse, his anger was evident. Archon, I swear I won't forgive you to finishing that multiverse of my friend Zeno-sama, and much less with other multiverses. I want your head. Both rulers realized that the war they had in front of him was the last survival of the multiverse of Zeno-sama. Please, reduce your pressure. We're about to die. Even being kings at all, we're not able to assimilate the pressure that you've been able to release. Goku would control himself by reducing his pressure to the lowest level he could, so that both rulers were able to move with tranquility. Apparently you're the kings of the whole of the two multiverses. How do you know all that? The great priest Daishinkan's given me the necessary knowledge to be able to overcome all my limits, as well as all the knowledge about the multiverses. Understand. That's why your power is so great. You've been able to unleash all the potential that the Saiyan race possesses, and its power is never ceasing to grow. You've harnessed it. You're absolutely right, and all this power has been achieved in order to finish off Archon. I don't want you guys to get in my way. That's impossible. Even if you're very powerful, we have to attack in a group, since even the most powerful warriors of our multiverse were defeated. I said no. I don't mind leaving my life on the battlefield, but I plan to take that wretch to the other world along with me. Meanwhile, in the Mikoshin multiverse, Archon would come out of that dimension, realizing how much more tense the air was. What a weird feeling. Could it be that the battle that I had against these two insects? My power's amazing. Even after months, you could still feel my essence. Archon was confident because he'd been able to assimilate the powers of both warriors completely, so he was ready to end both kings completely. It's time to end all the rulers of these multiverses. I don't want there to be any being of divine energy. I want to be the only ruler of the 4 multiverses. Meanwhile, Goku would return to planet Earth encountering Sung. Sung, how long has it been since I saw you? Apparently you've become very powerful. Thanks, but even though I tried my best, I won't be able to give you a big battle as your power has risen impressively. Sung, it's time. I have to face the warrior that ended my multiverse. But before I go, I want you to become much more powerful so that you're able to protect this entire planet. Goku, please, let me help you. I promised I would fight with you by your side. I want to be of help to you. I've just been a hindrance. Goku would move closer to Sung. You were never a hindrance. I remember the day that we met in that dungeon. I didn't think that I could make friends again. And because you're my friend, I don't want anything to happen to you since the battle that broke out is of an atomic level. I understand, Goku, and I'm sorry for being so weak and not being able to help you avenge your multiverse. Don't worry, this battle will be mine. And in order for you to be able to protect this entire planet, I'll grant you 2% of all my power. Goku would grant him 2% of his power, so Sung's body would suffer great damage. It's an amazing power. Goku would leave, starting to release his power to open multiple dimensions and reach the Mikoshin multiverse.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.